Oh, we got Dick Roth. Dick.
Hello. Hey, there's my friend Leslie.
Hey.
Hi, Les. Can you see me?
I see Kent Wiggins. I see.
Hey.
Hi, Tom.
Bruce Steckel. It's really Cheryl Steckel. Don't be fooled.
Hey, there's. Okay. Hey, sorry for the delay.
I'm going to have to see who's on here. There's Ken. Hi, Ken.
Charlene, how are you doing? Charlene, how are you?
I'm fine. How are you?
There's Lauren Dew, I see.
Good
Yes.
morning, How you doing?
I see lots of people.
Hi, Lauren Dew.
Can anyone hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
All right.
I can hear you. Hi, Tom.
You want to hi. You want to turn this around? No. Okay.
Wow, they're jumping on like flies here.
Just say hi.
I can't see everybody.
The W is
Hi, everybody.
Hi, everybody.
I'm on.
Once I get everybody joined.
Is Tom coming to this?
What's that?
Is Tom going to be here?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you see me?
I heard his voice.
Didn't see me. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, hold on.
Hello.
Yeah, this is Tom here. I see Keith Gurney. How are you?
He's skipping.
I'm doing good. How are you?
Hi, Tom.
Hi.
Joni.
Hi. Everybody see everybody?
Okay.
Oh,
Cheryl.
Everybody, can you see me?
where are we?
Yeah.
There you are.
I see you, Tom.
Okay.
Hi, Tom.
Okay, so
Oh,
the camera's probably here.
Tom is Sherry Odom. That's wrong.
That's right. Who's got that finger in there?
Tom is Sherry Odom.
Okay, there's Guy Burnham.
Hello.
Where's Guy Burnham?
Hey, Tom. Thanks for all of your sleuthing. I know you like to call me Davod, but David Wing is here with the W.
Okay, yeah,
Hi, everybody.
David, good to see you. Dick Roth. Hey, we got Dick Roth. Come over here.
Great.
Where is he? Oh, there he is. Hi, Dick.
Roth. Where is he?
He's
We
on the
have to-
43-cent stamp there.
Come on in.
Hi, Dick. I don't know if you remember me, but it's Linda Kahn.
Linda
Oh,
was
hi,
basically waiting for
Hi,
stragglers.
Linda.
We all ate breakfast together, so they're going to be coming up. We're on the 28th floor of the Taj Mahal here. So,
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So.
Oh, I can see
Hey,
you.
Charlene. I wish I was there.
Oh,
Yeah.
I wish I was there. Hi, Tom.
Oh, Martha McGettigan.
Martha,
Hi, Martha.
see you.
Hey,
Hi,
you have a
Tom.
nice
Joni
hairstyle.
Mangarelli. Joni Mangarelli.
Yeah, we probably
Hi.
know light. I'm in a back shadow here, so
Joni
There you
Carlson.
go.
we figure out how we're going to do this.
Turn the light, turn it around.
Turn it around this way and all of you sit on the couch.
Yeah, let's do it. We're going to turn it around. Hold on.
I need
So,
to know.
Tom, how
I
many
need-
people
Now let's see.
are
How's
in
the-
person?
How's that? Is that better?
Yeah,
that's
much
better.
better.
Better, much better.
Sit down. Okay, sit down, Sherry. Sherry, you probably don't know her life story. It was very interesting. Folks wanted to get her out of California and all the bad influence. And so they sent her to Montana and they didn't want her to get married at a young age. And so tell the story.
Oh, so then Dad came home from work and said, you can't go to Cal Berkeley. It's too crazy over there. And then came home the next day and said, I think I'll send you to Wyoming. Wyoming? Where is Wyoming? Geography not being my strong suit. And I came home the next day and said, well, tell you what, I would go to Montana because Doug Banducci, who lived across the street, was there. At least I'd know one person. I met my husband the first day I was there. He asked me to marry him 5 days later. And 56 years later, we're still married.
Wow.
What a great story. What a great story that is.
Yeah. So
I have to know where Martha is living.
Yeah,
right
well,
now.
they had this 28 floor gathering here, and the problem is the elevator. There's only 2 keys. There's only 2 cars to get in. So she's down there letting them up, and that's it. She'll be up here in a minute. But so let's see what else going on. Everybody looks great.
We're a healthy looking
Let me
group.
tell you what happened yesterday morning. I ran this diagnostic on this hotel system for internet, and it was like 1 megabyte upload speed, 1 down. It wouldn't support Zoom. So I made a few calls, and we then tested it later. And this thing's called Ookla speedometer, and it shows you how fast your up and down load speed is. And they jumped it up to 10, so that way it supports what we're doing right now, which is good. So, how are your orchids coming?
So, Tom, first of all, Tom, I'd like to say thank you for all the work you've done over the years in bringing us all together. You know, you're the one main staple in our lives, so thank you for doing that.
Amen.
And Miss Martha, and Miss Martha too.
Now, Dick, you haven't put your order in yet, but I've got the brand new directories available if you're interested. So let me know, write me a check or whatever, and I'll send it to you. It's got everybody and those who have passed as well.
Okay.
Okay.
And it has a waterproof cover.
Yes.
Well, that's good if you live in Vancouver, let me tell you.
Can you send us a link again?
That's you right there.
Okay. Yeah. I'm trying to, Eileen, is that Eileen?
Yeah, I'm here.
You need to get a light on your face a little bit. Get a lamp.
Turn around or something.
I'll open the blinds.
Okay.
I have a question.
Yeah.
That is,
That
Martha. Martha, where are you
Where's Martha?
living?
Is she back down again?
Well, she hasn't come out.
That is-
Okay, so she's still okay. She'll be right there. I'll go down and go get her in a second here. She's directing traffic because there's this bridge from one building to the next, and then you got to go up the tower. So that's what's happening.
Which Martha are they asking?
You.
I think
I'm
it's
asking
you,
you, Martha
McGettigan again.
Where
Okay.
are you
Martha looks
living?
great.
Where are you living?
I'm in Santa Barbara. I came down for a rehearsal. My boyfriend was, and while I came down was when the fire happened. Cook Valley was gone, so I just stayed. So now I'm still in Santa Barbara.
Oh,
I don't know why I'm echoing.
Yeah, you are.
Why I'm echoing.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So I'm still here with my friend David Martinez. And this is weird. How come it's making all that noise? This is weird. How come it's making all that noise?
you have two microphones on.
I don't.
Oh my God, this is the funnest Zoom meeting.
Okay, let's have some plan here. I'm going to mute everybody, and then when you want to talk, raise your hand and unmute yourself and talk, because otherwise, this is like being in a bar. And it's too
What's
early.
wrong with that?
No alcohol.
Let's do that.
Okay, so if you want to talk, raise your hand, unmute yourself, and talk. This is like in school. This is a school reunion. So, okay, Martha's going to talk. Martha, unmute yourself. Unmute yourself. Can you unmute yourself? That may be harder. How come this thing get
There. I want to thank Tom and Miss Martha and Cheryl, everyone who did this. I'm so sad I'm not there with you, but it was just too much for me. In case you didn't know, I had a stroke on May 15th. So I'm still in outpatient and rehabbing, getting better, but it was too much to travel. But I really, really miss seeing all of you, and it's so much fun to see everybody. And to thank everybody that also helped me during the fire, that generously with helping me with everything, especially Tom for getting me through that. So I'm recouping, and thank you so much.
You're welcome, and thank you for coming.
I wish I was there.
Martha, where did you live when you went to school?
I was on Fremont Street in Menlo Park. Is that the one you're talking about, where I was in Menlo-Atherton?
Yes.
Yeah. You used to date Howard Sonstegard. I remember, and you played clarinet, and he played trumpet, and you took my boyfriend, Howard. That was a long time ago.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Yeah.
Okay. Got another one coming in. I think we should do this.
Hi. Can you hear me?
Joni wants to talk. Unmute, Joni.
Hi.
Talk.
Hi. So I'm Joni Carlson Mangarelli. I've actually been in Tom for a lot of time in the last 5-6 years. And I've seen a bunch of you at our reunions, which was fantastic. But I wanted to do, and Martha, I'm so glad you're getting better. And, but I wanted to do a little shout out to Dick Roth, because Dick Roth, I haven't seen you since I went to one of your fraternity parties at Stanford, probably maybe when we were sophomores. And I think that's the last time I've ever seen you. So it's nice to have you join us today. So I hope you remember me, because I used to sit in front of you in one of our classes, several classes. Anyway, hi, Sherry. Hi, everybody else that's on here. Nice to see you.
Okay, the crowd has now arrived.
Okay, and Tom, you have been amazing, you, Candace, and your lovely wife, Miss Martha, for the last, how many, 6 years now, and you're responsible for all of this. So thank you from everybody. I know everybody feels the same way. And I'm done. Bye.
Bye. Okay, somebody who hasn't talked that wants to talk, raise your hand.
I don't know how to raise my hand on here. Can you hear me?
Oh, your hand is attached to the end of your arm.
My hand is attached to the end
You
of
can
my-
raise it on there.
Thank
but
you
can
so
also just-
much. I just wanted to say thank you to Tom again, and to say how sad I wasn't there. But unfortunately, I live in Canada, and I could get out of the country, but they wouldn't let me back into the country. So that's why I couldn't come.
Where do you live in Canada,
I
Charlotte?
live in Vancouver. I live in North Vancouver.
My sister,
Yeah.
Laurel, who dated Dick's brother,
Yeah.
lives in Armstrong.
Oh yes, that's up in the interior. That's
Yes.
quite a ways from me.
Along with the other Charlene from her class.
Oh
lives in
really?
Armstrong.
Oh, it's good to know there's like a few of us in Canada. Anyway, I'm really sorry I'm not there.
Yeah. Okay. Martha?
Dick
unmute.
Roth, I don't know if you remember our last year, you and I had to take early tests because you were going swimming and my family was going out. But you and I sat together in the history, and we each had to take our final tests. But I don't know whether I wasn't there for graduation. You had to go away too. But you and I sat there. I remember looking at you thinking, I wonder what his answers are taking. So we didn't cheat though. That's all I remember, was we were together right next to each other. And I forget who the history teacher was. But anyhow, I remember that. That's it.
Dave Wing wants to speak.
Dave Wing. Where's Dave Wing? Okay, Dave, unmute.
Hi, I'm right here. Thank you. Hi, everybody.
And then Guy is next.
So good to see you all. I'm sorry I can't join up. I'm watching my travel a little bit, trying to take care of my 4 minor accumulating risk factors, which don't slow me down. I took up rowing for my 73rd birthday, and it's difficult, and it's a lifetime project for young people. So I figure maybe I can make a dent in that. So just to backtrack, after high school, I went to UC San Diego. It was the farthest UC campus from home. And from there to Cal Arts to study further in photography. And from there to the Rosebud Reservation to perform my alternate service as a conscientious objector. And back to San Diego, because I knew I could find work there. And if I couldn't, it would be warm. So that turned into a technical job at the UCSD School of Medicine, making photographs for teaching modules, and then to a 31-year career at Grossmont College, where I worked through the photography department and the art department, started the digital program in 1991, if you can believe that. Wow. So I've been a nerd forever, and always was, as you knew me too, in the Scientific Society with Harry Wong and the gang. So I retired, and then I realized that I had 50 years worth of photographs recently. So with the galleries closed and the museums closed, I said, well, I'll just be a publisher. I've been supporting everybody else's work all my life, and particularly in academia. So I'm just printing my own books and in small editions and sending them out to people who are interested. And that's been a lot of fun. I have about 25 more to do. One of my students said, oh, we know what to put on your gravestone. It'll say, but I still have ideas. Yeah. Anyway, I'd like to tell you a short Frau Parker story from our wonderful German classes at MA. I always remember that she said, you know, someday Germany will be reunited and Estonia will be independent. And we all said, yeah, Frau Parker, like, when is that going to happen? And, you know, I was still a young man when that happened. And just a few years ago, I wrote her a note in German with an old Olympia typewriter I found with the localization and characters, and got a really wonderful note back from her. But she, along with a number of the fabulous faculty and all of you who helped us muddle through and get our homework done and have a good time learning at a very high level. It was just a great place to be. And I'm very proud to be a member of this gang today. Thanks.
An interesting side note is one of the first conscientious objector things to do was to be a smoke jumper. And that first smoke jumper school is in the town I live in.
Wow.
I'm from Seeley Lake, Montana, which is northeast of Missoula, 55 miles, and 100 miles south of Glacier on the same mountain range.
Wow.
Okay. Who's next? Oh, Guy's next. Okay.
Hi, all.
Okay.
So I'm in sunny Boise, Idaho. And oddly enough, Sherry, my parents dragged me off to Idaho. So I wound up in mechanical engineering classes in Moscow, not all that far from Missoula.
No.
And I married a girl from Missoula who was a civil engineering student. There were 4 women in engineering at that point in 1970.
Wow.
And we're catching up on our fall chores here. We just had a family visit. And strangely enough, I'll be in Missoula next week for a Northern Pacific Railway Historical Association conference.
Wow.
Really?
So you're in the south. I'm headed north.
But I will be home by then, and we actually have a place in Missoula that we stay. We have a cabin in Missoula. So maybe we can hook up and have a cup of coffee.
That would be fun.
Hey, I have your phone number because Tom gave it to me in that little book.
Okay.
Who's next? Lauren and then Dick. Okay, Lauren, you're next. Unmute and talk.
Sherry, your head's cut off. Your head's
I know,
cut
because
off.
I'm trying to share with the people behind me.
Yeah, okay.
You don't have enough volume.
Okay, can you hear me, everybody? Good morning. Let's make sure it's good and loud.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Yeah, I am just thankful to be here, and I'm thankful that you're there wherever you are. And I thank God for my life, because Tom knows what's has happened to me in the last 2 years. I was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer, and the Lord has just blessed me to going forward in my ministry that I've been in now for a long time, building a new congregation. And as all of you know, I've been an accountant for 40 some plus years, and a musician, just a lot of different things. And so I am just blessed of the Lord and going forth, and just thankful for life, and thankful to be able to help others as I've been doing for so long. And just good to see all of you there from way back when, and praise God. I've done so many different things, and since I have your emails, I will let you know you'll all be getting an email from me pretty soon, just to share. I'm on TV now, so if you do have TV, Roku TV, matter of fact, you can find our ministry, Joy Christian Center, and we're on TV, and we're ministering, just doing what God's called me to do. And so just thankful. God bless all of you. Have a wonderful time. Those of you that made it there, and all of you that wherever you are, just continue to lift the Lord up. We give him thanksgiving. God bless you.
Okay, Sherry, time to move it over to Dick now.
Oh,
You got to do your thing.
okay. Lauren, mute yourself. Dick, unmute yourself.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. I have a very different kind of story. I kind of got to the top of the world while I was in high school and went kind of downhill from there a little bit. Did okay at Stanford. Hung out a lot with Greg Buckingham, and whose son or brother is now, Lindsey Buckingham, who from Fleetwood Mac. Partway through Stanford, I dropped out, spent a little while looking around, trying to figure out what to do, lifeguarded, ended up in a hippie commune, and spent almost 20 years there. Spiritual community, Hindu. With 10 of those years, I was a cowboy out on a huge ranch in northeastern Nevada, 500,000 acres, and managed that ranch for the better part of 10 years. And when that community fell apart, for the first time in I don't know how long, I got the gold medal out. My son didn't even know I had a gold medal until he found out about it in the 6th grade at a school in Wells, Nevada. But I took the gold medal out and went down and got hired by Stephen Covey. Worked there for 10 years teaching the 7 habits of highly effective people. And after I'd been married now for 45 years, I think. My wife and I inherited some money, and we bought a house in Kauai. I live in Park City. Lived in Park City when I was teaching for Stephen. Bought a house in Kauai and ended up starting the renewable energy projects in Kauai, which is now quite a successful thing. Didn't make any money at it, but got them started, and have moved to Park City when I started working for Stephen Covey, and am still in Park City, happy, relatively healthy. Noticing the memory just kind of goes when I see your names in writing, I remember, but I can't tell you that I sat in front of you or behind you or whatever you said in history class. But living a good life in Park City. We have a nice home and a beautiful lot. And my big love right now is gardening and orchids.
Ooh.
This is recording, so Tom will share it.
Oh, cool.
So you'll be able to go back and listen to it. We can still enjoy everybody, but it is recording.
Now let's move on to.
Hey, Dick, mute yourself. Richard, you get to talk.
He's talking, we're not hearing him.
You have to unmute yourself, Richard. It's down in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen. Hang on a minute. I don't know if I can unmute you.
Yeah, you should be.
My unmute's in the lower right-hand corner, so we
Oh,
might want to
okay. Dick, where's Richard Voss? Somebody see his name? No, over here. Hang on a minute. No, but I don't know how. I can't unmute him. I can mute. Richard, there should be a little microphone with a...
There we go. There we go. Can you hear me now?
Yep.
Well, hello, everybody. I'm Dick Vose, alias Richard Vose, and I live in Oregon, and I want to particularly say hello to Dick. You know, I never knew exactly what happened
Hey, Dick.
with you. Hi. And, you know, it was just a fascinating story you just told. And I also want to say hi to Martha McGettigan. I've talked to her several times.
Hi, Dick.
You know,
Hi.
Hi, Martha.
Hi.
How are things going for you?
Okay, I'm hanging in there, working hard.
Good, good.
Thank you.
So anyway, just to catch you all up to speed with me, I've been married to Phyllis for 53 years.
Oh.
And I don't know how many of you had the opportunity to see our wedding vow renewal from Hawaii. We spent 10 years living over in the North Shore of Hawaii with our Hawaiian family that has 2 beach houses on Sunset Beach. And so we spent a lot of time over there. And, you know, back when it was our 50th wedding anniversary, you know, we went over there with our whole kids and everything, and Tom came over and videotaped it. I don't know if any of you saw that or not, but it's kind of a neat ceremony that we had. And as far as my education after MA, I went to San Francisco State University and got a scholarship. I went around the world, went to 17 different countries on the world campus of Float, which was fun and interesting. Spent time in places like, you know, India, and, Egypt. I was fortunate enough to go inside the Great Pyramids. A whole bunch of interesting things happened to me as a person. And it pretty much cemented my desire to try to do something to help others. And so I, you know, graduated from San Francisco State, and then I got a scholarship, a full ride to UC Berkeley School of Social Work. And I went there and got a 2-year degree in social work. And after that, I had a variety of jobs. My first job was over in Marin County at Marin Open House, which was a major drug treatment center. And sorry about the phone, it's ringing. Anyway, and then I went to Oregon, and I've been in Oregon since 1974, working for the Mental Health Division. Hold on just a second, I gotta hang that up. Hang on, sorry. I'm sorry. I knew that was going to happen. That phone never rings. But anyway, it rang then. So anyway, yeah, I was over there as a treatment director and helped put together one of the biggest treatment programs in the United States for heroin addiction and other kinds of problems. And we were a national training site, so, you know, a lot of people came in to learn, you know, how to deal with drug treatment problems. But that wasn't really my focus. I just happened to end up there, and really the thing that I was most interested in was community mental health and taking care of mentally ill people. And so eventually I got to Oregon. I helped Oregon set up their drug treatment program. And afterwards, I became a regional manager for community mental health with several counties that I worked with to help them start up the community mental health programs in Oregon. And after doing that for quite some time, I had the opportunity to go over to Oregon State Hospital and become the forensic director for the state. And so that involves people who have committed crimes and need to be evaluated. We had an evaluation center, and I had 600 beds there. And I did that for many, many, many years until I retired in 2002. And I was very fortunate because, you know, I was able to do consulting around the country. I did some international consulting, went over to Poland, delivered a paper there, and they had just freed themselves from the Soviet grip. And they were wanting to get their mental health program going. So I got involved with that. And now I have something in common with Dick Roth. I love gardening. It's a passion with me. My yard is, you know, a place of sanctuary and peace. I also have some bonsais, which my oldest one is 57 years old. Anyway, I enjoy creating bonsais, taking care of them. And if you know anything about bonsais, they require daily care. I mean, that's, you know, if you want to have nice bonsais, you have to take care of them. They live outdoors. And, you know, there's been a lot of challenges up here where we live because of the fires. We're like 6 miles from my house east. And last year it was just devastating. We had an inch of ash covered our whole property and everything because of the fires. And luckily, you know, eventually they were able to put that out, but it really destroyed some very, very beautiful Oregon forests, and so many people's homes were burned to the ground. Anyway, we were quite lucky. We live in town, so, you know, it didn't come this way, but it certainly could have. You know, the day that fire broke out, the winds were 45 to 55 miles an hour. And you can imagine what you've probably seen pictures of what's going on in California, and you know, those winds get going, and the fire creates its own behavior, and it's pretty devastating, you know. So anyway, it's really wonderful to see everybody. I certainly look back at my time in Menlo Park and during the time that I was in high school with a lot of joy, and I still am in contact with many of the people I was close to: Ken Glazier, Duke DePel, you know, a little less Bob Hadler, but I do see him once in a while. John Mercer and my wife have a relationship over the internet and sending each other jokes all the time. So anyway, she likes to send jokes. And anyway, it's great to see everybody, and I wish you all well. And anyway, it's great to be on this little thing. I had a little trouble getting this all hooked up for me. I'm not that I'm technically challenged, but I've just never used this kind of a system before. And I do have a laptop. So I was able to make it work. So anyway, thanks for setting this up. And it's a shame we didn't have the opportunity, you know, to all get together in person for our last reunion. But maybe there'll be something in the future, you know. Anyway, thank you.
So who's next? Wave your hand. Okay, iPad, you're it. Unmute yourself. There's a microphone down on the bottom or the right or left. It has a red slash through it. Click on it. It should.
Yeah, on mine, when I was doing it, It's right on your picture.
Oh, okay.
You see the little microphone with the thing on the picture? Anyway.
Okay, tell you what, let's do this. Ooh. So it says Bruce. Can you unmute yourself? And okay, that's another Cheryl. Evidently, Cheryl's are taking the cake.
There. How's that?
There you
Can you hear me?
Yep.
Leslie, you were up. Your name says iPad. Leslie, can you find your unmute? Can you see where
she can be next?
Well, she can be now because she was trying to get on.
Anyway,
hello everybody. It's so nice to see you all. I'm swimming, so Dick Roth. I'm swimming all the time now, so I think of you, and with the Olympics and everything, so you came into my mind. And hey, Larry, you look great. Look at all that hair, man. You're so lucky. And David, were you in my art classes? Were you I'm not recognizing you, but I'm thinking you were in our art classes. Is that right?
I never took an art class, just
Oh, okay.
just draft.
Just drafting. Okay. Anyway, nice to see you, Charlene, and everybody, Joni. It's very fun. I really wish that Tom had been able to pull this off. There is no way that we could make it this year with COVID and everything happening here at my house. I have to be home. But it would be fun to get a little mini reunion going here in Southern California, Joni. We can pull people. You're still out there, right? You're still here, right? In Southern California?
No, I live in Marin County, but we do have a vacation home in La Quinta.
Yeah, La Quinta. That's what I thought.
That's what you're thinking of.
Yeah, that's why I thought you guys were here. But we should have our, we had that little mini reunion down here with about 10 people. And that was a lot of fun to see everybody. So it would be very fun to have another one when the dust clears and we can get together. I see Robin Hill often. She's a lot of fun and interesting person. I didn't know her in high school, but she's really a great person. I got to know her when Tom had the 50th reunion. So the locals all kind of pulled together and saw each other. Anyway, everything's good here. We're happy. I'm gardening like a maniac. Lots of gardening. And I have a corner on the market for making compost. So I have lots of people coming to my house to get compost from the horses that I have. So
I make compost too. It's great.
I have a ton, and I invented a machine called the Dung Buster because my brother and I invented it, and we compost horse manure, practically straight horse manure. So it's pretty good stuff, and I have lots of takers, so I never have to find a distribution for it. I always have people knocking on my door. Anyway, it's a lot of fun, and I love my garden, and I like the extra hobby of making compost.
Cheryl?
Yeah.
How did your shisha turn out?
Oh my gosh, it is so fantastic, Keith. I'm telling you, it is my sanctuary. I started painting about 8 years ago now. I've always been an artist, but I started painting, and I was starting in the attic. I have enough space in the attic that I could paint, but I did make a first floor art studio, which I'm constantly in, especially during COVID. I've been painting practically every day in addition to other stuff that I'm doing. But it turned out great, Keith. I wish you could see it. I should send you a couple of pictures. Looks fabulous. Anyway, I'm turning it over to Les. Can you find your mute? We still can't hear you.
Turning it over to who?
Leslie, iPad, right next to
On
her.
the iPads, it's in the upper corner.
Oh, maybe it's in the upper corner. Yeah, I see you looking. I see I see your lips moving, but I don't hear you. Well, she's searching for her mute. Keith, how's everything going with you?
Well, I'm doing just fine. I'm up in the Puget Sound in my vacation home up here. And after retiring from my architecture and planning company in 2013, I thought I was going to stay retired, but I haven't. I just got roped into doing a master plan for the Port of Kingston up here.
Wow.
But it's great to see everybody. It really is. And Dick Roth, I haven't heard from you in ages. It's great to see your face.
Yeah, I've been kind of off in a different direction from most, but I do compost, and I have moose compost, moose dung, horse dung.
I would have to rename my my machine if I had moose. That's pretty cool.
That's good. Looks a lot like horse dung.
Yeah. Well, they're herbivores, so yeah.
I have to tell you, I live in Seeley Lake, Montana, and we have no dirt. I mean, no dirt. We live on glacial till, and we have horses, and we composted. It's a 3-year cycle for composting the horse manure, and people call us up. How much can I have this year? Because it's limited. We only have a couple, but it's a very popular thing because we live in Montana, we feed 12 months a year, but we buy spray-free hay because one year they snuck in sprayed hay, killed my whole garden because of that spray.
Oh, dear.
Oh, yeah, it was ugly. Okay, but I do. How many?
Yeah, we're all
how many
organic.
make compost?
I think I'm unmuted now.
Hey, there you
You
are.
hear me?
Yes.
Oh, good. Well, I live in Longview, Washington, which is about 40 miles north of Portland, and sitting in my backyard right now, taking advantage of sun because winter is coming. Just celebrated our 50th wedding anniversary this summer. We have 4 kids, ages 46 down to 32. My oldest is a reading specialist, and my next daughter we had 2 girls and 2 boys, girls first, then the boys. My second daughter is an attorney in Seattle, is looking to find a job that doesn't cause her to work 20 hours a day, 7 days a week. So good luck to her. She's been living with us the last 18 months, so that's been fabulous. She's moving back to Seattle because her office is going to open. My son lives in Longview and is a journeyman pipe fitter and does very well. And the youngest is 32, and he fell in love with golf about age 10. And so he works in the golf industry, lives in my mother's house, which is now ours in Carmel, which I miss. We used to go down every about 6 weeks, but I haven't been there for 18 months, hoping to go in October. He works for the Northern California Golf Association, and I don't know, single. Wish he'd find a girlfriend or something, but he's been very conscientious about COVID. So we had an ordinary, happy life. My husband was an attorney before he retired. We live in a small town in Washington, and I am, excuse me, into gardening right now. I am inundated with tomatoes at the moment and apples. I've been serving tomatoes and preserving tomatoes and making apple things. So I'm kind of looking forward to no produce to deal with. Wish I could mail you all a ton of tomatoes and apples. We have a Labradoodle, and we're anticipating getting a new puppy in November. So that's pretty exciting. Other than that, quiet life. My husband is dealing with some dementia, so we're keeping a low key, but life is good. We're handling it. And I'm curious, how many in-person bodies are in Reno for the reunion? Let's see. Cheryl, Sherry is unmuted on my screen. Do you know Sherry?
42 or 43.
43?
Wow.
That's pretty good. And I assume most people are California. Did you have any people from long distance?
Yes. Florida.
Besides Tom from Texas.
Texas, yeah.
Montana.
Okay. Good.
I just want to say hi to Leslie. It's Charlene Leslie.
Hi. Hello. Your
How are you?
picture disappeared, but I'm so disappointed they wouldn't let you back into Canada.
I know.
If you had been going, I would have driven through the forest fires to see you, but
Oh, well, thank you. Thank you so much.
Far apart.
No, we will see each other. We will definitely, as soon as we can travel again.
Good.
They have opened up our border.
Yeah, well,
Leslie, nice to see you even on a Zoom meeting. And it's so nice that Tom does this. I enjoyed the 50th so much. And I so wished I could have been here to see you all. But it's nice to see your face, Leslie.
Thank you. Thank you. I look at my face and think, oh dear, but oh well.
You know what? It's so nice to see you after all these years, once at the 50th and now through Zoom. But definitely, I think of you all the time.
Well, thank you. We think of you up north. We'll see each other.
Yeah, we will for sure. For sure, we will.
I have some messages from some of our classmates who a few were planning on attending the reunion and other have life experiences that have gotten in the way. But they wanted me to say hello today. And those people are Kay Korb and Jenny Bull and Janice Detler and I'm using maiden names, and Janice Helmick and Pat Kavanaugh, who used to be my neighbor here in Novato for about 20 years, but she moved up to El Dorado Hills last year. So all of those ladies wanted me to make sure, and Pam Giannotti and Zemi Peters. So they wanted me to make sure I said hello to everybody that was on here today. And they're sorry they couldn't either be on here or be at the reunion. And me too.
We're going to do our own little special Southern California one.
All right, Cheryl.
Because a lot of those,
Kay will help us with that. Kay will help us with that.
A lot of those people can make that, coming to, they just have to battle the traffic.
Yeah.
Other than that, we could have a fun time.
I'll sign her up even though she's not on here today. She can help.
Okay, great.
Can I be an honorary Southern California visitor?
Of course you can. Get down here and visit.
You.
Bring those puppies down and we'll.
Oh,
I have two golden
Cheryl
doodles.
Steppel Training School.
Yeah.
I have two golden doodles too.
Oh, do you?
Uh-huh.
They are sweet, sweet dogs.
Sweet.
Yeah.
Please put me on the list too, Cheryl. I'm up and down the coast. I get jet lag in the same time zone. I'm in Marin now, and I'll be back in LA area. So let me know. And I'll try to join.
Where do you go in LA?
Studio City is where I theoretically live, but I go to
Oh,
San
okay.
Diego and
Yeah.
up to Marin, where I'm at Mom's old house right now in
That's-
Inverness. Yeah.
Yeah, that's not far. Studio
But
City.
I can-
David? Where,
I can-
David?
Hey
Inverness.
guys,
David?
Southern
Inverness.
people.
Oh, Inverness.
organize
Okay.
yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's Kamala's Bay
so
right there.
we
Oh,
haven't-
yeah. Yeah,
We
yeah.
haven't heard from Larry Armstrong yet. And whoever, Davey. And
I can do that.
Eileen.
There you are.
Hi. Well, it's just been fascinating and fun to just sit back and listen and what a thrill. And like everybody else, thanks to Tom and Miss Martha and all of you. Sherry, thank you for this too. This was just what an unexpected joy to be able to put all these faces together. And you all look better than you did 5 years ago, 6 years ago too. It's really fun to do. Well, sure you do. Absolutely.
Maybe you need to put your other glasses on.
I can take them off.
Well, that'd be better.
It was fun to be at the 50th and see you all there. Those of you who were, met my wife, Carol. She absolutely loved that opportunity to find out that some of the stories that I was telling were actually true. I have to tell a funny story. The first person that we met that evening was Kirby Roberts. And Kirby was, this is a funny story. My older brother, lost his license, and he could only drive if, I could drive with a permit, and he could be my older supervisor in the car at the time. So on the first date that Kirby and I went out on, my brother and his later wife were in the back seat, and Kirby was my first date. And that's the very first thing she did. The person that Carol met with Kirby, she comes running up to me and said, "Did you know that he was my fool?" So I'm not quite sure that's totally true, but it sure made for a good story, and it was a lot of fun at the same time. Carol and I will be married 28 years in later this month. I had a career that started out in public administration and then kind of about 12 years in each field, it seems like, in public administration and then in shopping center development management. And then I started a retirement living publishing magazine, actually started an apartment magazine that is called The Apartment Guide that you may see on the streets today. And then sold it, and then finally ended up in financial services. And guess who's retiring December 31st this year after 55 years? I've had it.
Yeah.
We don't need to do it anymore is a nice way to put it. And I was, I had to have something to do. Carol said, "I married you for better, for worse, but not for lunch." So get out of the house. And the irony was, when we met in Philadelphia about 30 years ago, I was in the shopping center business, and I'd moved about every 2 years to do turnarounds of the shopping centers and reposition them. And she said to me, "You move every 2 years, and it takes me that long to find someone to cut my hair. So I'm not moving anywhere with you." So, that, and find a dry cleaner and everything else that we all do when we move around. But then the irony was that she was at Penn, University of Pennsylvania, Ivy League schools, and she'd been in higher education, public affairs, so we kind of and communications. She got recruited to the University of Denver. She's from Western Nebraska, and I'm from Northern California, so we basically made a pact that if after we got married, if I could get Rockies tickets, and I would move to Colorado with her, and that was 28 years ago. And we've had a wonderful life here. We have a home in Denver, in an old section of Denver, and a great big garden. She's the master gardener, or the uber gardener, and I'm the under gardener. She points to where I dig. And now it's interesting. She said, "What are you going to do? I don't think you can really retire." And I said, "Just watch me." I promised her that I would say no to anybody who asked me to do anything corporate or volunteer business. I've done a lot of that in my career. But I'm going to say no for a while and just spend time pulling weeds and digging and take care of that. We have a cabin that we, and Keith Gurney, I think you get a kick out of this. I started school in architecture and played baseball at Cal Poly, and hung up my T-square after 1 year. Physics and calculus didn't get along with me, or the other way around. And then I ended up hanging up my baseball shoes after my sophomore year, when the coach said that I should probably study hard. That I wasn't going to make the traveling squad. So, that was kind of disappointing. So I had to get serious, and that's when I started working full time to get through school. And it's ironic, today when I look back at this and I say, how lucky we were when we grew up in California during the era of the master plan for higher education, and the fact that we didn't really have tuition in college, in university. And so, I graduated with, I think, about $1,000 debt when I graduated from college.
Yeah.
Think about what kids go through today. But we've been blessed. And anyway, the architecture thing, I've always been interested. I'm still a closet architect. And so every time Carol and I would go looking for a house, I'd have my graph paper with me and I'd be knocking out walls on paper. And she'd just say, please put that away and just pay attention to what I want in the house. I said, well, I'm trying to incorporate it, right? Trying to sketch it out for you. But we were fortunate after we moved here, and I followed her, who said she wouldn't follow me, right? And a couple of years later, we had the opportunity to buy a cabin on a lake outside of Leadville, Colorado, which is the highest incorporated city in the country, 10,200 feet. And we've had that for almost 22 years now. And I had the opportunity to, because both of our sets of parents and sisters were either mobility impaired or challenged. We wanted our parents to see the thing. And so I redid it. I made it completely accessible. And we've had that home. We spend about, a good part of the summer, probably about 8 or 10 long weekends of during that summer, and once a month during the winter. And it's just been a blessing. And it's probably a little bit too cold at 10,200 feet and about 3 feet of snow to live there full time, but we could if we wanted to. I just love it very much. And if when anybody's coming through town, that cup of coffee is always available. Carol's garden is beautiful, and it's probably going to be more weed free now that I have some more time. So, in any event, thank you all for catching up. It's been a joy. Thanks again to Tom and all of you for making this happen. Wish we could be with you, but this is the next best thing. Thanks so much.
Hey guys, can you hear me?
Yes.
No, we just can't see you. Hang on a minute.
Okay, I'm going to have to go, but I appreciate everybody's efforts. And as we like to say, happy trails to all of you. Maybe our paths will cross again. I was kind of hoping Dan McGraw would be on here, but I don't think he is. So anyway, I do talk with him.
Doesn't have fast enough internet speed, evidently.
Probably not. He was, yeah.
Anyway. Really good to see you, Dick Bose.
Yeah, great to see you too. And good luck to everybody.
You too.
Hi, Dick.
Okay, bye-bye.
Bye.
Thanks, Bye, bud.
Hi, it's Leslie again. I have another appointment, so I'm going to say farewell. Everybody who is there in person, kick up your heels. And it's been so great to listen to people talk and hear what's going on. And I look forward to getting the directory. I'll be perusing that for quite a while. So anyway, thanks. It's great.
Bye, Les.
Bye. How are those, Cheryl? How are the fish?
On the right.
My fish are doing great. They're about
I just don't know how
4
to make it
inches
big.
long now.
Oh,
Believe it or not.
okay.
They're
Send me
getting good.
pictures.
I will.
Bye-bye. Bye,
Bye.
Charlene.
Bye.
Bye-bye, guys.
Bye-bye, everybody.
Left. No, David.
Hey, Dick
He
Rose?
spoke. Yeah,
Dick Rose?
David, do you want to speak?
I mean, Dick Roth? Dick Roth? I'm swimming a mile now. That's pretty good for me.
He's gone.
He left.
He left?
I think so.
I can't even brag to him.
Is that David Charlton? Yeah, he needs to unmute, I think.
Hello.
Oh, there he is.
Yes. I'm still living in Redwood City. Still
On my old street.
Yep, still living in the same house.
We lived on the same street.
But I wished I could have made it up there, but you know, things have gotten a little tough. I've just actually gone through some, and still going through some bladder cancer again. So not great, but doing all right. Sort of enjoying retirement, keeping busy, too busy. Since I left MA, I went to CSM took their electronics technology course. Went and took a job at a place called Kaiser Electronics in Palo Alto, and had no expectation of what I was going to do there, other than I was wondering whether I was going to get drafted at that time, and found out the place offered an occupational deferment, and that was nice. I ended up working for the company for 43 years, and I retired when the company that bought it by 5 years prior to my retirement, bought it, decided they could close the facility. And so sort of got forced out, but worked through there. Company made display systems for military fighter aircraft. So it was an interesting job. And I went from being a technician up to being a project manager for a couple of programs. So it was good. I was married, got divorced. My ex-wife passed away the year after I retired, but 2 kids. My son is in Oregon as a casino, and my daughter lives down here on 6th Avenue, a couple of blocks, a few blocks away.
Yeah.
And she's really at this point a stay-at-home mom with her daughter. So I get to see her a lot, and I've been going up to Oregon a few times to get with my son, and he's come down here. Last couple of years, it hasn't worked out totally right. Let's see, I went up to see him in 2017, and on the way home, got into a head-on collision and totaled the car and spent a few months in recuperation.
Ooh.
Yeah. Then he was on that the following year. He came down here, was driving down here from it. He ended up rolling his car at the near the inspection station with his 2 kids. So we said that wasn't working good. But last year he came down, and we were going to have a little with my daughter and her family, and my son and I were going to be a place we have up at Lake Almanor. They made it up there. I didn't. I had an infection in my leg, so I ended up staying home. This year we were going to do the same thing, but the fire that was up there was a little too close. Luckily, it missed our place by, I don't know, made a little island out there that is still there. So we'll try to work on get back up there again. But that's been sort of my getaway I've had. But other than that, I've just been working in the yard, working on the house, and trying to stay healthy. But I did enjoy the 50th reunion, and hopefully we could do another get together in this area.
A lot
Dave,
of
this
challenges.
is Rick. Where's your background?
My background?
Yeah,
that's Lake Almanor. That's up at Lake Almanor.
Okay.
That actually was a picture I took in April. My place was getting worked on for some water damage, and the person that was doing the work said, "Oh, I can't want to come up and see what was going on and talk about some other things." He says, "I got a place I'm working on the East Shore. You could stay in for a couple of days," and that was where it was. Unfortunately, this is looking across to the West Shore, but a lot of that burned this last year, so not sure how it's going to look up there anymore. I've been going up to Lake Almanor since high school. I used to go up there during high school. my anti-marriage had a place up on the lake, and we went up there. And then my other aunt and her husband, who bought a place just about 3 miles away from the lake, and that's where we are now. That my cousin and I bought it along with my brother at the time, and he dropped out. And he actually, I don't know if anybody knew my brother Bill, but he passed away 2 years ago from with cancer. So I'm sort of feeling left out. I'm the only one here. My mom and dad are gone, so my cousin lives up in Placerville, so I see her a lot.
Okay.
Okay.
I'm doing good.
Good. So Marilyn or Eileen? Hey, Eileen.
Yeah, hi. You can hear me, yeah?
Yeah, make sure your volume's all the way up. Sometimes I think that your volume on your end isn't all the way up.
There we go. Is that good?
Yeah, better.
As good as it's going to get.
Oh my gosh, that's really loud. Okay, well, yeah, thanks to Tom for all this fantastic work. And I'm living here in Phoenix. I went to CSM for a year after high school, and then Foothills for a year. And then, I was working, had baby, got married, had a baby, got married, had another baby. And anyway, eventually I started working for Honeywell, and I worked for Honeywell for 30 years, 15 years in California, and then 15 years they transferred me to Phoenix, which was a really good thing. I was able to buy a house and do okay. So anyway, nothing really exciting. The most exciting thing about my life is I love to play tennis, and I play a lot of tennis. So
for you,
I played today. I play 4 days a week.
How hot was it?
Oh yeah, we play at 6:30 in the morning.
Oh, okay, there we go.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
And it's still hot.
Yeah,
it'll get cold, believe me. Yeah, and I was able to reconnect with Carol Borba. She lives out here, and her husband, and we got together a few times, but now she's moved a little bit further away, but not that much further. But her schedule and my schedule goes around tennis, so it's hard. Anyway, that's it. That's all boring stuff.
Yeah, but you're doing what you love, so there you go.
Oh yeah.
Then we should hear.
Did you play tennis in high school?
No, I didn't start playing tennis till I was like 50.
Wow.
Yeah. Wow. I'm over 50. I know.
Okay, Marilyn, are you still with us?
I think she left. I don't have her on the screen anymore.
Okay.
Sure, I want to throw out one more shout to Tom. I don't know if you all knew this. I don't know how many were actually in our graduating class. I'm guesstimating is like 550 to 600. But I did something because I'd gotten the directory that Tom had sent, and I encourage you to get it if you haven't yet, because it really throws you back into remembering some things. But I counted the number of classmates that we've lost, and this is just an additional shout out to him for the kind of research he did, because quite frankly, there were 109 of our class members that have predeceased us. And if we were around, Joan, did you say about 500?
I think it was approximately. Tom knows exactly.
480.
480,
wow.
Yeah.
Okay, so go figure. That's almost 25% of our class that we've lost. And so shout out to Tom for, and it's interesting too, when you see this, when you go through this book, there are so many names of classmates who unfortunately we didn't have pictures of in the annual for varieties of reasons, whatever reasons they were, couldn't, not photogenic, whatever we want to call it. But it was fun to go back through and pretty kind of tug at your heartstrings too. So anyway, I'm going to have to move on. I'm going to wrap some things up today, but thanks to Sherry.
Oh, wait, Tom wants to say one thing. He's coming around.
Hi, everybody. How you doing? Can you see me?
Yep, there you are.
I just want to say one thing. One of the real challenges we had with this whole process in finding the students, there was not an index at all in our senior yearbook, and that's what made this so difficult.
Oh, yeah. And
so we have even some people here today who just before graduation had to go into the military, or like Marilyn Lyman in her junior year. Her mother basically kicked her out, and she had to hitchhike down to Southern California to live with her dad. So I counted all of them as equal, even though maybe some did not actually graduate in the class. We also had some people who were walked during the graduation who were from prior years, but because of pregnancies and everything else, it is what it is. So I'm honored to have met all of you sincerely. Thank you.
Okay, now all the way around. Let everybody say.
I have to go too, but again, it was lovely to see everybody, and Tom, Martha, Candace, and Sherry also for making this happen today, because I'm not that technologically savvy. I can at least Zoom, but I'm not that savvy to start a meeting. But it was lovely to see everybody, and I appreciate everybody's efforts and everything that's been done for this reunion. And Tom, who has just been amazing and went above and beyond for everything, and the rest of your crew. So thank you, everyone. And I wish you good health and a wonderful year ahead.
Thanks,
Out of this
Johnny.
pandemic. Out of this pandemic. Please. Bye, everybody. Great to see you. Cheryl, let's talk.
Bye, everybody.
Okay.
Okay. Bye.
Hi. Hi. This is Mary Grisek. I used to be on the drill team, and I'm still friends in touch with Joyce Hammond, and Jill's here with me. We're so glad to get here. I still have a little part-time job in nursing. I work with a hand surgeon, and I still love it. So I'm very fortunate. Work every other day, and I've been able to babysit my grandchildren. That was a big goal. So I'll turn you over to Jill.
I have to go, everybody. Thank you so much, Tom.
Bye. Bye, Martha.
Martha, hi, everybody. Okay.
Bye, Martha.
Bye.
Bye, Martha.
Bye. Bye, Tom.
Right.
Jill Kramer, reader, and I've been living in Idaho since 92. I went there to get a job. I worked at St. Luke's, which is a pretty big hospital there, until I retired in 2016. And I did get a short renewal of my license to give injections for the COVID vaccine. But other than that, I've got so many other things going on. Just last week, Mary Grisek flew over to my place, and we visited overnight, and then flew to San Jose, and we've been staying with Joyce in Santa Cruz, who wanted to come, but unfortunately she couldn't make it. And we got to see my grandson just started his first year at San Jose, and he's a quarterback on the football team. So we got to go to that and watch and read, and then spend a few days yesterday. It's wonderful to see him. Take care now.
Okay. You want to come around? Here. Shy. People are shy.
Very shy.
How about Howard? Come here, Howard. Come on around. Okay, here.
There you go. I'm Howard Cornelius. I got a couple degrees from San Jose State, and then decided I wanted to be. I got a business degree and then a geology degree, and then I wanted to. I didn't want to work for the USGS, so I decided I wanted to work for the oil companies. So I went to Texas and got a master's degree there, and I've been worked for probably about 6 different oil companies, and we ended up kind of co-founding a new company, and that I retired with just in December. And then I got my daughter. She's getting her master's degree in geology, and she's working for the same company. She's working for the engineers and working with all the international bankers. So she has a great career ahead of her. And I've got a house we've been mainly living in Texas, but I've lived all over the world and did consulting all over. But now we're consolidating, and we're getting rid of the boat and getting rid of that's in Florida, and then getting rid of the Texas house, and going to spend at least the winters in southern Florida, where it's really San Francisco weather, and well, not San Francisco, but the area. Wintertime, and then plan to do a lot of traveling and maybe move back to the San Francisco Bay Area. Like Dick Roth, I'm into a lot of spirituality, and seem to have probably a better talent than that than really in the oil business, but we'll see where that goes. Been married for 30 years. My wife back there can tell you exactly the day. But anyway, we have a great life, and look forward to doing some traveling and kind of less chaotic life and working every day. So that's about it.
How about Lauren? Lauren, did you ever get to speak yet?
I did. You spoke, and I just want to tell you, Tom, again, thank you for all the work you've done.
And Cheryl.
Yeah.
Cheryl.
And Cheryl, I'm in Southern California too. I'm in the high desert.
Cheryl.
Okay.
Yeah,
You'll have to come and visit.
Let us know when.
Hi, I just wanted to tell everybody hi, and I wish more of you had been able to get here. I know it's been hard because of everything. Anyway, just hi to all of you, and we just drove up from Hollister, just south of San Jose, not far. Anyway,
Give me your maiden name.
Fillion, Cheryl.
You look
Fillion.
great. You look great.
Oh, thank you. So do you, Cheryl. Thank you. Anyway, this is going to be fun, and hooking up with a lot of people that I didn't really know in high school. So thank you, Tom, again.
Well, Bruce is sitting here, and Mr. B needs a 2 cents word.
Here, you want to get in? Come on. Come right along.
Hurry, it's lunchtime, guys. Moving along, moving along.
I'm Dean. We'll make this quick. Hi, this is Greg Buckingham, and I've had the opportunity for Tom to put this all together. It's awesome. And we're living in Roosevelt, California, about 2 hours from here. So we got a shot up the hill. We got 3 kids and 6 grandkids, and that's the joy of our life. And so and I've owned a printing company for about 35 years. Still running it, but still playing good. So work hard, play hard. I got a wonderful wife. She's here with me today. But I'm glad that everybody could join. And I'll get out of your way.
How is the smoke? Wait, Greg, How was the fires? How was the smoke in Roseville? Was it really horrible?
horrible.
Yeah, horrible.
Yes, it was terrible. We had family members that had to evacuate. My youngest in the fire service, so he was actually out of Redwood City. And they had to work their ass off, working 96 with the 24 off and 96.
Wow.
They're doing a hell of a job putting it out. So.
That was horrible.
Got it under control pretty good right now. So
that's good.
All right, guys. You take care. Good to see you.
Come on, Nate. You're such a shark. Okay. Bruce England.
Okay, guys. I gotta go. Nice seeing you all. Take care.
Hello, this is Bruce England. We live in Arizona now, in Florence, Arizona, and retired and enjoying the cool weather. It was 105 the other day, but we're enjoying the weather up here. And I just wanted to say hi to everyone, and so glad that we are here. Sorry we couldn't make it to be here with us. But we enjoy being able to talk to you on the screen here. So the best of everything to all, and thank you for chatting with us. Yeah. Who's next? Okay. Rich I guess I Gallar. get to wrap it up because Dick Jordan is passing. So just want to say hello to everyone, Lauren and David and Guy, who just have a good life. We like seeing your smiling faces. Glad to hear that you're alive and well and upright. May the Lord be with you and give you all good graces and healing so that we'll see you again at the next reunion, wherever and whenever it may be. Either up there or whatever. My friends, just take care and God bless. And as they say, happy trails.
Until we meet again.
Until we meet again. Yes. Thank you so much. And Tom, wrap it up.
Thank you. Okay, thank you all, and appreciate you sharing this with us. A lot of them were surprised. We had no idea who would be calling in. And
hey, Tom.
And I'm glad for David, especially where the fires. You're so lucky. Also, Pat Costa or Arnold beat the predictable, which they had figured that town of where she lived burned down. It didn't. So, thank you all. God bless.
Thank you, Tom.
Okay.
Tom, are we going to see you in Boise to visit your brother?
Oh yes. I will. We will personally visit all the classmates there. Promise that. Guy, all the best to you and your lovely wife. Okay.
And Sherry, I'll be in Missoula Wednesday through Sunday. We can
Next
probably
week.
find a time to hook up next week. Yep.
Okay, Wednesday through Sunday, no problemo. We'll have a cup of coffee. Where are you
Sounds
staying?
good.
Where are you staying, Guy?
Oh, I knew you'd ask me that. I can't remember. Convention center down on the river there west of town, but I can't remember the name.
Happy trails to you until we meet again. Happy trails to you. Keep smiling until then. Who cares about the clouds if we're together? Just sing a song and bring the sunny weather.